consecutive year in which these two teams have played. Marshall won 100-85 last year down in Huntington. That snapped a Toledo 5-game winning streak in the series. And off we go. Tip corralled by Tyler Cochran, and right out of the chute, the Rockets take the lead.
On the tip, Tyler Cochran will right into the 6'8" Anna Chili Killen, trying to set the tone for Toledo here at home.
Toledo wore their black uniforms on blackout Saturday against Northern Iowa. It's Gold Rush night here this time. Toledo in gold, Marshall in black. Kevon Boyles, Kamdyn Curfman, a good three-point shooter who is not shooting up to what his average ought to be so far this year. Jacob Connor-Obina, Anna Chili Killen, and Nate Martin, the starting five. Nate Martin, so physical, averaging almost a double-double a game, around 12 points and 9.5 rebounds. For Toledo, Raheem Moss, Sonny Wilson, the freshman point guard, Dante Maddox Jr., Tyler Cochran, and Javen Simmons. Just how Marshall drew it up on the inbounds. A flush for Jacob Connor. Toledo coming off of an 84-80 win over Northern Iowa on Saturday. There's Dante Maddox Jr. He got off to a hot start in that game as well.
Yeah, he really did. And he's got multiple made threes in each of the last 3 ball games. That rim looks pretty good to him right now from distance.
So much of the Marshall offense is based on timing and cutting and the pick and roll, using a lot more of the shot clock than they would like to, presumably. And that's a whistle that bails out the Thundering Herd. Javen Simmons picks up his first foul, and I looked over at Todd Kowalski, who was standing right in front of him, and the word that I could read off his lips was why.
Exactly. He's out 30, 35 feet away from the rim, and those ones you got to let go because you don't want to pick up 2 fouls early in this half.
Yeah, couldn't leave his feet to defend Nate Martin there, and the 6'8" junior transfer from Texas State pours it in. Brett, take us through your keys, starting with the Rockets.
Well, we're talking about offensive patience, great player movement, ball movement, and stretch this defense. Coach D'Antoni's really happy with this defense so far this year. Students got to be patient. If they're able to, they feel like they can get some good quality looks. Also, inside-out attack. Go inside of Javen Simmons. You see right here along the baseline. Try to establish him early. They get him early. And Marshall is coming next to the defender. That'll open up Dante Maddox and Raheem Moss and company on the perimeter for some easy looks. And limit live ball turnovers. We talked about pace of play. Marshall, a top 10 team in the country in pace of play. You don't want to allow them to get in transition to get into a rhythm. For Marshall, paint touches. Utilize that size and length. Get into the paint and break down this defense where you can utilize your size inside 15 feet. Free throw shooting. They were only 14 for 26 against against Ohio on Saturday. And they only shoot 69% from the field. Got to take advantage of that. And transition defense. Toledo, 21 points off of turnovers, 19 points in transition, and that Northern Iowa win. Marshall wants to make them play in a half court if they can help it.
Tyler Cochran, the next leader in steals, gets his first of the night. Jacob Connor forcing a held ball at the other end.
Raheem Moss right there. Connor just ball his foot right in front of him. He was able to secure it.
Toledo, the best three-point shooting team in the Mid-American Conference at 38.5%. That's from the parking lot from Maddox Jr. An offensive rebound, though, for Cochran, and a fresh 20. Comes Sonny Wilson, gets a bump as he enters the lane from Connor. His first foul.
That's the challenge for Connor, learning the point guard position. It's not his natural position coming out of high school, and it's with that size and length it can be an advantage inside 15 feet, but having to defend the perimeter is something, that obviously you have to work on playing against a lot of high-quality, quick, athletic point guards.
Tyler Cochran threw that away into the backcourt. Yeah, Dan D'Antoni says of Jacob Connor, look, I know he's 6'8", and people think I'm losing my mind, but trust me, he knows how to run a ball club. And he's not afraid, Coach D'Antoni, to be a guy that thinks outside the box a little bit.
Oh, without question, he's done an unbelievable job back at his alma mater at Marshall.
Quick trigger on the corner three from Kevon Boyles. A transfer from Maryland Eastern Shore is off the mark. Maddox Jr. driving, goes by Nate Martin. That's rejected. Will stay with the Rockets, 17 to shoot.
Had Martin on him who stands got Anna Chili Killen coming from the weak side. That's a tough ask with your left hand.
2 rim protectors. Good positioning underneath for Simmons. Splits the defenders to score. Obina Anna Chili Killen 2 years ago had 87 blocked shots for the year. That was 13th most nationally. Here he is from the corner. Last one he wedged between the rim and the backboard, but that one is pure.
Yeah, only 21% from distance coming into this ball game. That's a good sign. Able to knock down one of his first 2 attempts.
He banked one in late on Saturday in Athens, part of a 12-0 run inside the last 2.5 minutes that saw them win 74-69. Raheem Moss on the drive, and he's grabbing at his left shoulder. That's something worth keeping an eye on. And the Chili Killen, the kick out to Voiles, open, hits it.
Voiles is a double-digit shot maker from distance. That's his 12th. Marshall off to a good start here from behind the arc.
They have really struggled this year from the outside. Dead last in the Sun and 3-point percentage. That's a high percentage look. The highest percentage look for Javen Simmons.
Well, that's the ball movement. A quick reversal across the top. Simmons seals inside. Nobody on the backside able to help, but he's able to get an easy one.
Nate Martin falling away. Back iron. Tyler Cochran with the board. Cochran averaging 5.8 rebounds per game, most on the team. Impressive for a guy who's all of 6'2". 3 wouldn't go for Maddox Jr. Slow outside shooting start for the Rockets, who are just 1 of 4 from downtown. And a Chili Killen as it poked away by Cochran. That is what he does best on the defensive end, always causing so much havoc. The teardrop goes on the run.
And you make him play the defensive end to get rewarded for it on the offensive end. And that 6'8" size staring him down too. Nice job pulling up with the floater.
It's Kamdyn Curfman. No. Moss skying highest for it. Rockets had numbers for a moment, 4 on 3. Cochran, extra pass. Wilson fires. Unable to bank it home. Almost took a page out of the Obina and a Chili Killen playbook. Voiles got one already. There's a second.
It's a good sign there for Marshall. Transfer from Mid-Eastern Shore. He led the team in scoring last year under 13 points, just under 13 points a game, so he can fill it up quickly and often. Clearly got to know where he's at.
Rockets 1 of 5 from outside the arc, but 5 of 7 inside it. And right now, Tyler Cochran is starting to heat up.
Yeah, he's feeling it. He's in a good rhythm right now. He got to the all the way to the basket on the first bucket of the ball game. You saw the floater that time, the mid-range.
Voiles, speaking of guys that are heating up, making his last 2 threes. That one came up short. He's open again. This one goes. Kevon Voiles, only a 23% outside shooter on a team that I mentioned last in the Sun Belt in 3-point percentage, just 27% collectively. They made 4 out of 7 so far. Javen Simmons working on the paint. Bodied up by Connor. Such a long Marshall starting lineup, and a Chili Killen facing away from the basket gets fouled by Tyler Cochran. Only about 2.5 minutes overdue for the first media break. Fasten your seatbelts, folks. It's been a fun tempo so far, and long may it continue. 3 threes for Kevon Voiles. Marshall up by 1.
Live sports.
Ever since I tried Hidden Valley Ranch, I finally found what I've been looking for.
Oh my gosh.
I know. How is this stuff so good?
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Only serious about flavor.
BK also backed by popular demand. Your melty wishes are our command. With the new Schwimmin' Swiss, it'll warm your hands and brighten your day. At BK, have it your way.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or just in time for the holidays, get $4,000 purchase cash on select 2023 Sierra models. Plus, current eligible GMC owners get an additional $2,500 purchase allowance. We are professional grade. GMC.
Here's a wild idea. Make today epic. Go on, dig in, and you'll see. It's wild what you and a real Kodiak breakfast can do.
Well, this has felt like a ball movement masterclass so far. Marshall with a 1-point lead on Toledo. We have had 13 made baskets so far and 12 assists.
Yeah, and both coaches are going to love that. You know, the ability to share the basketball and create some quality looks at the rim. You know, for Toledo right now, you got one more made field goal than Marshall does, but 3 less made 3-point field goals. That's why Marshall has a 1-point lead at this point. But for Toledo, if you want to establish the inside with Javen Simmons early, well, not only Javen Simmons, but Tyler Cochran as well. The guards have gotten to the basket 10. Of Toledo's 15 points have come inside the paint. So far, that's a good sign.
Obina and Achille Killen, 14.7 points, just over 7 rebounds per game. Visa issues prevented him from going to the Cayman Islands for their MTE earlier this season.
Him knocking out 2 free throws, that's huge. He only shoots 53% coming into this ball game. He's off to a good start. Knocked down a 3 as well earlier.
Bryce Ford and Andre Lawrenson have checked in for Toledo on the drive. Scooping and scoring is Raheem Moss.
He must have done a great job off the dribble this season, getting into the paint. He's coming off an outstanding ball game where he had 21 points against Northern Iowa.
Cameron Crawford is in for Marshall. 6'5" wing, a transfer from Indiana State. Curfman, lovely pass inside to find Nate Martin.
And that's something that you did not see a lot of in the Marshall offense early in this season. It's a staple in Coach D'Antoni's seasons of the past, and they've gotten to it more the last couple of ball games. They executed that at the highest level there.
Raheem Moss going against Martin, but a foul is called. And Achille Killen always there to provide some help defensively around the basket. The foul is on Martin, his first.
Raheem Moss did a good job there. He got inside Martin and then got into his body as Martin tried to contest. Raheem Moss getting the foul line, 75% coming into this ball game. What a jump he's made offensively, and that was not his role in the last couple of seasons, but obviously you see the talent within him to be able to step up in that first or second scoring role. He comes into this ball game averaging 16 points a game, shooting 53% from the field. We saw glimpses of it last year in the MAC tournament final in the loss to Kent State. Raheem Moss had 13 points, and then the NIT against Michigan, he had 15 points. So you start to see some glimpses that, you know what, he is capable of more than maybe what he did on a night-in and night-out basis, because that was not his role. JT Shoemate, Ray J. Dennis, Seth Miller, they handled the bulk of the scoring load, and Raheem Moss was a complimentary scorer, but this year really taking that step forward.
Todd Kowalczyk has said his shot improvement from year 1 to year 3 in the program is the best that he has seen at Toledo. Good defense by Gerger Burchich, another youngster in off the bench for Toledo. Their current 9-man rotation, which was 10 until last week, and 4 juniors, 5 freshmen. Boyle scoring off the turnover.
Boyle's off to an outstanding start, knocked down a couple threes that time to steal and score, and those are those live ball turnovers here at Toledo you want to avoid. Not let Marshall get out in transition and get an easy one.
Wilson into the paint, trying to slip that low for Lawrenson. And that's off of him, out of bounds, as he tried to tie up Nate Martin. Well, the good pace to this one continues. It's so often close when these two teams get together. Real close early on, a one-possession game at Savage.
Hey man, ever since you tried Zesty Hidden Valley Ranch, I feel like you've been a bigger fan of that than the closers.
How could you say that?
Ranch time.
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Only serves by flavor. BK also backed by popular demand. Your melty wishes are our command. With the new Schwimmin' Swiss, it'll warm your hands and brighten your day. At BK, have it your way.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. Plus America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away.
Now lease the Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month or get 0% APR for 60 months plus 0 payments for 90 days. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
At Target, get low prices on parties. Get your party started for less at Target.
Well, the Marshall Thundering Herd with a 22-19 lead on Toledo. 11:24 remaining in this opening half. The Thundering Herd off to a difficult start this year, 3-6 after winning 24 games a season ago. And Coach D'Antoni has said he likes where his team is at defensively. Offensively, they are very much a work in progress because they lost some heavy hitters from last year. Tavion Kinsey, the program's all-time leading scorer, graduated. And they lost two really talented players to the portal. Andy Taylor now at Mississippi State, and Micah Handlogton, who was the freshman of the year in the Sun Belt last year, shot over 60%, transferred to Florida. So really everybody is in some cases very different, in some cases slightly different role in what is kind of an intricate offense that requires a lot of timing to be right.
Yeah, and he recognized that fact too. He goes, we knew we were going to go through some growing pains with that. And the guys have, they're getting better and better. And case in point, they went on the road to Athens, Ohio, and got a very impressive win against a very talented Ohio Bobcat team this past weekend. So they were able to see the fruits of their labor. Now they're trying to do it once again here against another one of the top Mid-American Conference teams.
Cochran twisting, turning, and manufacturing a tough shot in the paint. He is 4 for 4 from the floor. Oh, there's the lob for Anachili Killen. Killing him on the inside.
A high-flying attack. It was a good job. Again, coming off the ball screen, you're hard to the rim. That's twice now they've been able to execute that in the last couple of possessions.
That, too, has been a staple of Marshall trips here in the past. I remember Michael Byers, in particular, throwing down an absolutely filthy alley-oop a few years back. Raheem Moss joins Tyler Cochran in having 8 points. Here's Jacob Connor from the outside. That's way off. He's only 22% from downtown. Moss again. That was pinned to the backboard by Anachili Killen. But Gerger Burchich says thank you very much.
When Anachili Killen comes over to help, that frees up the weak side, and Gerger Burchich went right to the front of the rim and got rewarded for it.
Boyles has missed his last couple of threes. On the run, this is Wilson. The follow, Bryce Ford can't cash in.
Yeah, Bryce Ford probably would have liked to come down with that and then go right back up. I think he had some time.
Anachili Killen, one-on-one against Burchich. Forced underneath the basket, followed out there for Connor. Seeing a lot of misses in and around the rim this last minute or so. Cochran posting up Curfman for the deuce.
Yeah, just too much upper body strength there for Cochran on Curfman on that low block area. Tyler Cochran, double figures already.
Making up for lost time, only played in 9 games last year because of a lingering turf toe problem. They made the decision to redshirt him. He had played in just enough games that he would lose the year of eligibility, or he needed to play in one more to lose the year of eligibility. They made ultimately the correct decision for his future. That would put him on the shelf. They won the MAC regular season title without him, their 3rd in a row. First time a team had done that since Cincinnati did from 1948 to 51. Give you an idea of the kind of historical accomplishment it was to go back to back to back in the MAC.
It's outstanding what they've been able to do.
Corner jumper is off from Cam Crawford.
Coach Tom Izzo of Michigan State was in a speaking engagement and was just highly impressed with what they've been able to do. Because that's hard. We've never been able to do that. You know, back to back regular season championships. He goes, that's what he talked about with any Mid-American Conference team or mid-major team for that matter. You know, how much harder it is for them to get into the NCAA tournament. He goes, in the Big Ten, you don't have to win either the regular season or the championship and still get in every year. And for a mid-major like Toledo or Kent State, Akron, whomever, Ohio, you got to. It doesn't matter what you've done for 4 months. You got to be great in 3 days, and it is really unfortunate for a team that really plays great for 4 months not to get recorded for.
That's Andre Lawrenson back in. And Dan D'Antoni going really deep into the bench. Ryan Nutter comes in, as does Kyson Pruitt. Pruitt has only appeared in 2 games all season. And when Crawford hits the pair of free throws. Crawford did not play in their loss to the Miami Redhawks a couple of games ago. D'Antoni said he hadn't earned the right to play, and they talked about talent isn't the only thing required to earn your way out of the floor. Came back and was really good against Duquesne after missing only the game against Miami. He missed the jumper there.
Maddox came out of nowhere and skied for that rebound. Toledo's guards do a great job of rebounding the basketball, Moss and Maddox in particular.
Cochran goes to work again. Initial try was blocked. Second effort goes, and one more coming at the line. So far, Marshall has had no answer for 23 in goal.
That's his brute strength. Tyler Cochran and the will to stay on that offensive glass and power it up and finish. Senior Anna Chili killing right in your kitchen for Marshall.
And Gurgert Burchich, the freshman, at the other end. Back in a moment.
Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports on ESPN Plus.
Coming back here on that last sequence for the Toledo Rockets, Tyler Cochran, who has been on fire in this first half. Brute strength, you go up and you get challenged, you stay with it, you go up and use that upper body strength. Shoulders, biceps, triceps, all of it right in your grill. He gets to go to the line for an old-fashioned three-point opportunity.
He is really flourishing. Now his third Mid-American Conference program was at Northern Illinois and then Ball State, now here at Toledo. Probably wouldn't be here if not for Ray J. Dennis, last year's MAC Player of the Year. They became friends when they were in first grade, bonding over the Nintendo DS. Todd Kowalczyk has had such good fortune bringing in guys from the Chicago area. It really all started with Juice Brown more than a decade ago.
Juice Brown, I'll tell you what, he can electrify this Savage Arena crowd on a nightly basis. To fill up that stat sheet, he had some big-time shots and some big-time moments.
Burst of speed from Cam Crawford to get to the bucket, but challenged by Andre Lawrenson, and touched last by Raheem Moss. Tyler Cochran was asked after the Northern Iowa game on Saturday, are you the catalyst for this defense? And his response was, no, sir, number 0.
Yeah, immediately went to Raheem Moss. Raheem Moss is the emotional leader of this club, and one of those guys that you love him if he's on your team, and if you're the opponent, not so much.
Almost forced another turnover.
Quick hands.
And that swagger.
I mean, he's a seasoned veteran. I mean, it's his first full season in the Toledo uniform, but he's had a couple of years of playing in this conference.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot in the MAC that he has not seen to this point. Shot clock is at 4 for the Thundering Herd. Here comes Nutter, an uncontested runner goes from close range, 29 seconds deep into the shot clock. First made basket in 3.5 minutes for Marshall.
Yeah, he's just able just to work his way free at the last second. Miscommunication defensively.
Dante Maddox Jr. from way outside.
He was able to get his feet set on that one. The 22nd made triple for Dante Maddox. Another one of those guys, maybe hit some big-time shots last year. Had some streaky, but much more consistent. Comes to this ball game, 15 points a game.
He's the only Rocket to make a 3 so far in this game. And again, the activity level and quick hands of Tyler Cochran force a turnover. Poetry in motion from Jamin Simmons.
Yeah, good job running the floor by Jamin Simmons. I know he'd like to have one more dribble, and he would have brought the house down with that one. But nonetheless, you make sure you get the 2. Good job by Toledo converting defense into some offense.
Toledo with 24 of their 35 points coming in the paint. Catch and shoot 3 for Crawford. No. Maddox Jr. the rebound. How's this for scoring balance? 8 points for Raheem Moss. Half dozen each for Simmons and Maddox Jr. and a game-high 13 for Tyler Cochran.
That's what this team and Rocket teams, season in, season out, have really kind of hung their hat on the offensive end is the balance. It's a defense that's Cochran with another steal.
Takes away another. Will lay it in despite the challenge from Crawford. And Dan D'Antoni has seen enough.
But that balance is what makes it so hard. The scouting report to who are we going to guard, who are we going to play off of. You can't do it with this Rocket club. Tyler Cochran, quick anticipation in the passing lane. Gets the deuce. Toledo, that's their 20 in terms of paint points, which is the big stat for them. That's their 26th paint point of this first half. 26 of their 37 inside that 15-foot mark. That allows you to shoot a very efficient 62%. Where they're at right now on the offensive end.
Coach D'Antoni's team has gone cold from the floor. They've missed 6 of their last 7. And right now he is especially unhappy with Chase McKee. We've been on the floor the previous couple of minutes. See if Voiles, who was hot earlier, can find the range again. Curfman, there's the lob to Martin, going to come down with it. Then 4 Toledo defenders collapse in on him. Leads to a missed 3 on the kick out, and Sam Lewis pulls down the rebound. Another freshman, another one from Chicago. Played at Simeon Academy last year. Raheem Moss on the drive, off the window from Burchich. No, that was contested. A bit too physically. Foul is called, and the freshman goes to the line.
Curtis Burchich's been very active so far here this evening. He recognizes when his defender goes to help on the drive, not to be a spectator, but to be a participant. Move, get to the front of the rim, make yourself available. He was able to do so there, and he gets rewarded for it. It's the second time he's been able to do that in his minutes so far here in the first half. The first time it resulted in a two-handed stuff. Dunk.
Coach Kowalczyk talked a couple of days ago about the plus-minus and how there's only one player on this Toledo team that has a minus for the season, and he made a point of mentioning for role players that maybe get a few minutes a half. Do you make an impact that is reflected in that plus-minus? Well, Gerger Burchich, 3 points, couple of rebounds off the bench, one great defensive sequence on Obina Anachili-Killen, who is a lethal scorer. So that's a few-minute sequence that you'll notice for sure. And you'll notice that Dante Maddox Jr., the steal and the flush.
Again, good job on the weak side, reading the passing lane and jumping it.
Anachili-Killen inside, got bumped by Lewis, to the frustration of Todd Kowalczyk, and a chance for 3 at the line.
It wasn't happy with Andre Lawrenson on that particular play. I don't know if he didn't handle the screen roll and rotate quick enough.
Obina Anachili-Killen from Lagos, Nigeria. Played soccer until moving to the States in 8th grade. He was adopted by his sponsor family, Douglas and Tammy Killen. Chose Marshall in part so he could be near his adopted home of Chapmanville, West Virginia. Won a couple of state championships there. Lewis denied in the paint. Shot clock at 7 for the Rockets. Here's Andre Lawrenson, a 55% outside shooter. The long rebound is grabbed by Connor. Get something going to the rim, or a 3 for Kamdyn Curfman with a hand in his face, no less.
And that's a guy that Toledo cannot let get free, and that was a tough shot over extended hands to Sonny Wilson. He is their most lethal three-point shooter. That's his 24th make of the season.
The percentage isn't where he'd like it. It's only at 31.
And a lot of that was early in the season, but he's starting to shoot the ball better as of late.
Yeah, made 4 of 8 against Ohio on Saturday. Sonny Wilson with a miss on the inside. And the scramble for it that came off of Wilson last. Well, just a minute and a half ago, Marshall was down by a dozen, but a quick 6-0 run despite that 3 from Dante Maddox Jr. a couple of minutes ago. Gets the Herd back within 6.
Hey man, ever since you tried Zesty Hidden Valley Ranch, I feel like you've been a bigger fan of that than the closers.
How could you say that? Ranch time.
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Only choose my flavor. BK also backed by popular demand. Your melty wishes are our command. With the new swimming Swiss, it'll warm your hands and brighten your day. At BK, have it your way.
Check out Honda certified pre-owned vehicles. They are like new and only available at your local Honda dealer. Checked, inspected, and reconditioned with genuine Honda parts by factory-trained technicians. Honda certified it and backed it with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Certified pre-owned Hondas are in stock now at your local Honda dealer. Drive worry-free with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Honda certified it. Only when you buy at your local Honda dealer.
At Target, get low prices on parties. Get your party started for less at Target.
Well, a couple of stats that have stood out so far. We mentioned points in the paint already. Toledo with 28 of them. Well, they've also got 8 points off of 5 Marshall turnovers, and points off turnovers was a critical stat on Saturday. In their win over Northern Iowa, they outscored the Panthers 21-2 off of turnovers, and Todd Kowalczyk made a point of saying we cannot allow live ball turnovers against Marshall. It's been Marshall committing live ball turnovers themselves.
You're exactly right, and that's something that this team, they get to a great rhythm offensively when they get out of transition, get some easy ones, kind of gets the vibes going with everybody on the floor, and that's been a stat that's been definitely in their favor. They put a lot of emphasis on it. Probably going to start here tonight as well.
And a Chili Killen, step back three, and it goes right in front of the Rocket bench.
We said coming into this ball game, he only has made 3 coming into the ball game, shooting 21% in the arc. However, knocking down 2 already. You're in this ball game, and Toledo turns it over and gives it right back.
Dante Maddox Jr. called for steps. Marshall on a 9-0 run in the last 98 seconds. Could tie it here with a 3. Wasn't long ago that the Rockets were up double digits. Martin has to pull up and hit it from the elbow. They've had a couple of makes in this game with 1 second left on the shot clock.
Yeah, some disruption, some miscommunication defensively, because Marshall had a guy roll into the rim that was open for a second, but Martin missed him, but they was able to hit the jumper anyway.
Reggie Moss was kind of awkward on the drive, but he got fouled. Second on Nate Martin.
Yeah, Martin grabbed his arm going. Moss was on the drive-by. See here, puts the ball on the floor, and Martin on the way up. Quick grab of the arm, referee caught it, lost the foul line.
He's got 8 points and 4 rebounds so far in the first half. And you know, we've talked a lot about what he has given this team offensively this year. Leading scorer just over 16 points a game is Goran Milutinovic, who doesn't play a ton for this Thunder and Herd team, comes in with Martin in foul trouble. But Raheem Moss and the increase in offensive production has not come at the expense of his defense.
No, he was the guy that, there's Tyler Cochran, good hands, strong
sheer
hands.
force of will again. Simmons passing out to the corner. That's Dante Maddox Jr. No. Cochran, another offensive rebound. Wilson, the floater. No. Cochran can't snag another one over the 7-1 Milutinovic. On the run, here's Anna Chili Killen, missed the dunk. Rockets on the run. Maddox Jr. wisely brings it back out. Moss fouled as he attacked from the free throw line.
That's a really nice job there by Raheem Moss, the patience. He could have taken the 3, but he knows how much success they've had getting to the rim off the dribble. Give a little shot fake, then gets tripped up there and hits the floor. Raheem Moss is as tough a kid as you're going to find.
He takes a beating, though, doesn't he? Just the way that he plays.
He plays with reckless abandon, and that's what you love about him as a teammate. Is, this guy is going to give everything he has Every time he's on the floor, on both ends of the floor, and you got to match that. It forces you to match it, then all of a sudden, collectively, you're better, as an individual and as a team, when everybody gets on that same page.
He was not able to buy a shooting foul, though. The 6th personal in the half called against the Herd. Maddox Jr. rising up and knocking down the long 2. He has not really had the three-point shooting range tonight so far, just 2 of 6.
He had a chilly kill in there, breathing down on the switch, and said, "I thought better of it, put the ball on the floor and got a better look." 15 feet.
Boyles, after making 3 of his first 4 threes, has missed his last 3. Boyles was a 13-point-a-game scorer last year at Maryland Eastern Shore. Coming off maybe his best all-around game for the Herd, 18 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 steals at Ohio. Under a minute to play in the half. On the high-low, Cochran to Simmons.
Good steal by Javen Simmons. Nice job by Tyler Cochran. Cochran, give it the ball, give it air, and get it over the top. If that ball is flat, that can be picked off by the front defender.
I got it.
Miladinovich was too close to the basket. They have missed some relatively straightforward ones so far, the Thunder and Herd. As a result, Toledo is holding them under 50% from the floor. Essentially no differential between game and shot clock at the end of the half. Moss creates space and bangs in the 3. So the Toledo Rockets at the end of a first half full of runs. That pigeon, like the Rockets in the first half, can soar out of here. Mason Lowry, Red Boyd, and all of our crew, great to have you with us. If you're Marshall, what can you do to get back into the game?
Well, I think offensively, I think you got to continue to try to get downhill with that screen roll action. Toledo's had a tough time covering that, at least from a consistency standpoint. In the opening half, you see Raheem Moss, good job there.
Oh, he was calling timeout as he leapt out of bounds, but it was not granted.
So I think for Marshall, they shot the 3 well early, and that got them off to a great start. But it's something that don't settle. For threes, take the open ones and inside-out action, but really try to work the ball, get downhill, utilize that screen roll game, and see if you can get some rhythm with that early here in the second half.
Curfman at 6 assists in the first half. There's his 7th of the game as he sets up Nate Martin for the dunk.
Well, there you saw it right there. Good spacing on that. Good job by Martin rolling hard to the rim. When he gets his hands on it, he's got bad intentions on that rim.
It does feel like this Marshall team is growing with every game. We talked about their struggles putting the ball in the basket at times so far this season. That comes off of Javen Simmons as he challenged Obina and Achille Killen. It's just going to take time to make sure that this offense is as precise as Dan D'Antoni wants it to be, and there really is no way to speed up the process. You just have to let it happen.
Well, they can continue to defend like they have been. There's another good job with hands by Moss.
He's gotten 2 near turnovers here in the first minute of the second half, but Marshall has a couple of buckets anyway. That's Kevon Boyles now with a team-high 13 points. He matches the 13 that Achille Killen has.
And that too was off the screen roll game. So, again, something that they've been working on. Hadn't shown a lot of it early in the preseason, but the last couple of ball games they've gotten back to it with success.
Stay with the midnight blue and gold.
I think for Toledo,
gold rush, hence the Rocket gold uniforms, which we don't see all that often. You were saying?
And I think for Toledo on the offensive end, continue to make that conscious effort, get the ball inside, get downhill with the dribble. Really put a lot of stress in this Marshall defense.
Foster would turn it over himself at the end of the shot clock. The bank is open late for Javen Simmons. Boyles quickly at the other end. Able to enter the 3 with a 2 on the putback. Javen Simmons, prior to that answered prayer of a 3, was just 2 of 10 from outside for the year. That's more his natural habitat, trying to score on the inside. Couldn't really get into the body of Nate Martin, and that's where he has really excelled as a low block scorer this year. Boyles again challenged by Simmons.
That's what Javen Simmons brings. He brings toughness, he brings tenacity, and a high motor on that end of the floor. See here, not giving an inch and challenging Boyles on the shot there.
Team's leading shot blocker. He's got 13 of them on the season. He grew up so much during his redshirt season. Kowalczyk told him last year during practices, keep your mouth shut and watch how Seth Milner does his job. Learn how to lead, learn how to be a 4 or 5 in this conference. And Seth Milner, one of the best he could possibly have learned from, as that swirled out for Anna Chili-Killen. Tyler Cochran to the line for a pair.
Tyler Cochran there on an outstanding first half, 15 points. A lot of that getting downhill with the dribble, utilizing that upper body strength inside 8 feet. He's able to do so there and get back to the foul line.
Second foul on Obina and Chili-Killen. You're expecting them all to go in the night that Tyler Cochran is at.
He lost the handle of that going up, regrouped, and was still able to get the ball and get a legitimate chance off the glass.
82% at the free throw line. $16 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a couple of steals. 2 for 2 at the stripe. Curfman, quick trigger from 3 and it goes.
That's a tough shot too. He's an electric 3-point shooter when he's found his rhythm. That's his second of the ball game.
And high hands. Kevon Boyles hounding Simmons out on the perimeter. 4 in double figures for Toledo, led by Cochran, 17. Wilson, the freshman, has yet to score. Cochran, no. Trying to keep it alive, but Nate Martin at 6'8" grabs the rebound. And Chili-Killen, that's a mismatch. Going through the chest of Sonny Wilson, and that's a blocking foul.
Sonny Wilson did all he could against a 6'8" and a Chili-Killen, trying to entice the offensive charge. The offensive foul, and Susan just didn't get it. You see here.
Ugh. Explain the Rhett Boyd principle to the folks at home.
Well, more times than not, aesthetically, when you take as a defender, you take the hit in the middle of the chest. That usually goes towards the defense. If it's a grazing blow, the offensive player gets the benefit of the doubt. But I think that was close. That was close. But I think Sonny Wilson was moving just a little bit there and gave Anna Chili-Killen the benefit of the doubt inside, as you said, his habitat down there between the blocks against the smaller guard. Habitat. Like it.
Anna Chili-Killen hits the first free throw. So no free cookies on this occasion. It's been a promotion the last couple of years that has worked like a charm for the Toledo basketball program. If an opposing free throw shooter misses 2 free throws, everybody in the building gets free cookies courtesy of Jersey Mike's. And you will hear missed free throws celebrated by Toledo fans like a buzzer beater at the end of the game. That's a hold. Curfman got tangled with Simmons. That's the same kind of mismatch, really, that Anna Chili-Killen on Sonny Wilson was last time up the floor. We thought the Thundering Herd would need a fast start to the second half to hang around here. That's what they've done. They've outscored Toledo 11-5 since coming back out of the locker room. Errant pass from Cochran. Jacob Connor tips it out of bounds. Sophomore from down in Dayton, played at Archbishop Alter High School. Got a couple Ohioans on this team. Ryan Nutter, whom we saw come off the bench here in the first half, went to Dublin Jerome down near Columbus. Wilson rises up, left left it short. He's 0 for 5 from the floor this evening.
A tough shot there against the 6'8" defender in the lane.
Connor the trailer, and we're tied at 53.
Hit one of those in the first half as well. That's his first one. He had a couple of attempts, but didn't get him the foul. They got that one to go, and all of a sudden right back even.
They've outscored Toledo 14-5 now in the second half. Maddox Jr. Yep. Such a good three-point shooter last year, best in the Mid-American Conference at 45%. And his third made triple in this game.
So he's got to find a way to disrupt the rhythm that Marshall has on the offensive end. Double-digit points already, and here's...
Oh, he's got another one.
Uh-oh, look out.
Jacob Connor just 22% from deep this year. But Marshall now 9 of 20 from three.
This feels like the way the game started. Marshall knocking down a couple of threes early.
Moss trying to bang with Martin. And Nate Martin so frustrated to be called for his third foul. Third foul of the second half called on the Thundering Herd as well. And what a start to the second half from Marshall. Tie game at Savage.
Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports.
Ever since I tried Hidden Valley Ranch, I finally found what I've been looking for.
Oh my gosh.
I know. How is this stuff so good?
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Only serious about flavor.
Came out so back by popular demand. Your melty wishes are our command. With the new Schwimmin' Swiss, it'll warm your hands and brighten your day. At BK, have it your way.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. Plus America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away.
Now lease the Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month or get 0% APR for 60 months plus 0 payments for 90 days. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
No fees or minimums and no overdraft fees are another reason banking with Capital One is an even easier decision than this.
Who's going to deliver the toys to the kids?
Yoo-hoo!
No.
You steal the presents one time.
What's in your wallet?
NBA Christmas Day begins at noon.
Well, it's been a blistering start to the second half from the Thundering Herd. 17 points in the first 5 minutes of this half. How are they doing it?
Well, number one, with the screen roll, it's very difficult to defend because it's basically a 5-out screen roll. And Curfman's running the screen roll with the ball in his hand. So he's coming off a screen. Toledo knows how deadly of a three-point shooter he is. So they're hedging the screen. The guy guarding Curfman's fighting over the top of it, and then the roller's going hard to the rim. You said, okay, but where's the backside help? Well, they're spread on behind the arc on the weak side. It's been too long of a run for the helper to come all the way across and take the roller early enough. Because if you can't get there in time, if the roller catches the ball, he simply turns to the opposite corner. You got a wide open shot. And right now, they're just about half a step late in the hedger recovering on the roller. And it's too far of a run for the help side defender to get there. He's got to find a way to work that out. And that's where it started. So then as you condense the defense and open up some perimeter shots, which Marshall, to their credit, have knocked down 9 threes. And they came in this ballgame just shooting 27%.
3 for 3 in the second half, now 3 for 4. That's off the mark from Cam Crawford. Ford and Lawrenson in for Toledo out of the first media break. Maddox Jr. got caught up in the air. The lob to Raheem Moss in the corner. That won't go. And Chili Killen grabs the rebound. Foils each with 15 to lead the way for the Herd. Foils on the attack. Wouldn't go. Moss close to a double-double, by the way. 14 points, 7 boards. Simmons on and a Chili Killen.
Yeah, to his left hand to get right into the chest. Being a Chili Killen. It's a big bucket for Toledo, getting back to paint points. That's their first bucket inside the painted area of this half, where they made a living in the first.
He has not only been scoring in his freshman year, Jamin Simmons, but he's done it efficiently as Connor is walled off completely by Raheem Moss. Watch this again. Terrific defense. Moss and Simmons backing him up. We're back to that point. He's shooting 58% from the floor so far this year.
Right now, so you got Sonny Wilson, Tyler Cochran, freshman Bryce Ford, and Sonny Wilson in the ball game.
Curfman missed it. That came off of Carter Burchich.
Now with Sonny Wilson and Bryce Ford will slide over to the wing with Tyler Cochran, and you got Lawrence and Burchich inside.
That's another steal for Tyler Cochran. His magnificent night continues, doing it all by himself.
He gets inside that 8-foot mark. That upper body strength just takes over for him, and he's got a great touch around the rim.
Curfman, Sonny Wilson, stuck to him like glue.
Yeah, great defense by Wilson to be able to play tight without fouling.
Yeah, why not? Tyler Cochran knocked down a couple of threes on Saturday against Northern Iowa. Hits his first of this game and forces Dan D'Antoni to use a timeout. Toledo on a 9-0 run. Tyler Cochran, 22 points, 9 of 10 shooting. Have a night, young man.
Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library.
Oh my gosh.
I know. How is this stuff so good?
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Only serious about flavor.
At Target, get low prices on parties. Parties started for less at Target.
BK Muscle backed by popular demand. Your melty wishes are our command. With the new Schwimmin' Swiss, it'll warm your hands and brighten your day. At BK, have it your way.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels. They've been told how you feel yourself doesn't matter. Then just like that, they're gone. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
On ESPN Plus. Live.
Well, we said earlier that this has been a game of runs, and right now it's Toledo's turn, 9 straight points, and Tyler Cochran continues to be the catalyst offensively and defensively.
Yeah, and that's what he does to this team. He's a shot in the arm on both ends of the floor, 9 for 10 from the field, 22 points. And then you look at the job he's done defensively as well. He's got a hand on a number of balls, whether it's deflection, tips, which just disrupts the rhythm of the offense. But he's also had those steal and score opportunities, pushing in transition. He's put together back-to-back outstanding ball games for the Midnight Blue and Gold.
Just picked up his second foul. Only Nate Martin in foul trouble for either team with 3, and he is currently on the bench. Pruitt getting some second half run. He said it's just the 3rd game he's appeared in this season. Here comes Boyles driving past Burchich. Wouldn't go over Lawrenson. Tyler Cochran the rebound. Cochran once again all the way to the bucket. That was halfway down and out. In transition and in rhythm for Crawford.
Gonna get Cochran on a little push in the back there to free him up for that rebound.
Not sure he realized that foul was on him until he got up. He'll take a seat. Raheem Moss comes in. Not the kind of player that ever wants to come out of a game.
No, not at all. But 3 fouls, a lot of ball game left. That's the second time they didn't cash in. That's the second time they've gotten point-blank shot at the rim off that inbound set.
A lot of near misses for Marshall around the rim tonight. Sonny Wilson still hasn't scored. Here's Crawford on the run. Got into the body of Lawrenson, and that ends that 9-0 Rocket spurt.
That's that pace of play that Marshall's known for. Top 10 in the country, getting up and down the floor. And a bucket out of it in return.
They had missed 8 consecutive shots prior to that. Bryce Ford had it poked away as he drove, but given right back to the Rockets. Extra pass to the corner. Lawrenson, yes!
That's the ball movement there by Toledo at the end of the shot clock. The willingness to make the extra pass freed up Lawrenson. He comes in the ball game shooting 55% from distance. Now he gets a rebound.
Marshall not able to answer. Boss driving. Ford finding Burchich. No, and off the big freshman out of bounds.
Yeah.
But a 12-2 Toledo run. They've opened up a 10-point lead.
Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports.
Oh my gosh.
I know. How is this stuff so good?
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Only serious about flavor.
That's a pretty tight spot.
Watch this.
Your Buick Park said so. That's so you.
Of course you know where we're going. That's so you.
Kinda got a sixth sense.
And a head-up display.
They're here. At the heart of every Buick SUV is you.
Discover the joy this holiday season and get 1.9% APR.
Plus, current eligible non-GM owners get up to $1,250 purchase allowance on 2023 Buick SUV models. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days.
BK Muscle backed by popular demand. Your melty wishes are our command. With the new Schwimmin' Swiss, it'll warm your hands and brighten your day. At BK, have it your way.
Well, this has been the Tyler Cochran Show.
It's right from the jump ball. He took the opening tip, got a layup. You wind him up and you let him go, and a lot's going to happen around him. And he's shown that defensively, gets stealing scores, knocked down a three. He had the floater game going. He gets this muscle game going here, getting and one opportunity. He's in everything on both ends of the floor. 22 points on 9 of 11 shooting, 7 rebounds, 3 steals, and we still got 11 minutes to play.
Kamdyn Curfman has a 3 swirl out immediately off the inbounds, then actually killing way short on the fall away. We'll get another crack at it, this time from 3, and it goes. Obina and a chilly killing 3 for 3 from downtown.
Yeah, that was just a loose ball that squirted out of a rugby pile down there underneath, and a chilly killing said thank you very much.
Sam Lewis getting a second half cameo for Todd Kowalczyk's crew. Simmons goes around and chilly killing, but short on the shot. Marshall really needs Nate Martin to stay in this game. He sat for a bit with 3 fouls, and a chilly killing stuffs it through. Jeez.
Well, that's a screen roll game again. Again, they do not want to leave Curfman here, so he's in a command 2. Nobody on the roller. Sam Lewis on the wrong end of that. In a chilly killing with authority.
Ooh. That's just pure filth from Obina and the chilly killing.
And Marshall down 10, right back into a 2-possession ball game, 4-point deficit. Toledo here, you need to work for a high-quality look.
Well, Coach D'Antoni said the other day that when Anna Chilly Killen got to campus, he was a shot blocker and athlete. And he still is those things, though he has significantly diversified his offensive game. It's going to stay with Toledo. The ball's goes barreling through the cheerleaders.
Kowalczyk is getting Tyler Cochran the full break. He's back in the ball game now, replacing Andre Lawrenson. That's a good stretch for Lawrenson. He had a rebound. He had a made 3.
Inbounds goes to Lewis. He's averaging 4 points a game off the bench. And Cochran, that slipped out of his hands from his seat, tries to get it out to Maddox Jr. But here comes Kevon Voiles over the outstretched hand of Raheem Moss. He got up there, didn't he? 68-66.
Yeah, Maddox did a good job of leveling off, and then Raheem Moss on the weak side, he still was able to get it up and down. And back to a 2-point game, 1 possession.
Marshall has scored the last 8 points, and Cochran has it poked away. Curfman in rhythm, short. Would have given the Thundering Herd the lead. They last led at 24-21 at the midway point of the first half. Moss short arms the triple.
That's not the shot you want. Opponent's in a run, you come down, no pass shot. Sonny Wilson coming in the scorer's table. We'll see for who.
Crawford's 0 for 5 from 3 this evening. Will try a long 2 and hit it. Tied at 68.
Tough shot there, but credit's able to make it.
Well, he was clearly inside the arc. Went up on the scoreboard as a 3. I don't believe that's accurate. So now it has been downgraded to a 2. Cochran launches, hits.
You'll take it. For Toledo right now to stop the bleeding. Now you're going to buckle down and get some stops. That screen roll game is giving them fits. For a couple of different reasons here, and Marshall's been able to take advantage.
And a Chili Killen gliding through the Rockets to lay it in. Give him 23.
That's a straight line drive. Cochran didn't want to pick up his fourth.
Yeah, that's something Toledo can ill afford right now. Good hands from Cochran. 27 points.
That's better be lucky than good. And the ball right to Raheem Moss's hands, right into Tyler Cochran's hands. Good touch in the finish.
Yeah, better to be lucky than good, but Tyler Cochran is both lucky and good. There's the screen and roll. Crawford shoots the deep two, not there. Lost the rebound. Simmons behind the play. 4 on 5 for the moment. Moss wouldn't go.
Now you got to identify who Curfman pulls up. You have to identify in transition. You got to match up, even though it might not be your man. But Coach D'Antoni's going to want to talk about it here.
Well, it feels like Toledo is only playing in close games this season. Here's another one that may well come down to the final minutes. Rocket lead is 3, thanks to 27 from Tyler Cochran.
Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library.
Oh my gosh.
I know. How is this stuff so good?
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Only serious about flavor.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience. And the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or just in time for the holidays, get $4,000 purchase cash on select 2023 Sierra models. Plus, current eligible GMC owners get an additional $2,500 purchase allowance. We are professional grade. GMC.
At Target, get low prices on parties. Get your party started for less at Target.
NBA Christmas Day begins at noon.
You know what I said moments ago that this Toledo team is only playing in close games this year? Here's what I mean. They blew out Detroit Mercy 94-60 on the opening night of the season. Since then, they've played 8 consecutive games decided by 9 points or less.
And that's going to battle test. That's a hard as a unit. And in some of those games, they've been successful. Some of the games they've come up on the short end, and those are all those games are when you can point to the film and say, you know, this set, this play, we did this, we didn't do that. It's a learning tool that really can grab these guys' attention, and you learn from it, and then you apply it, and you get better as a result of it. If you're going through 25-point wins, you're pointing those same things out on film, might not be received with as much concentration as need be. When you're in tight ball games like that, you know every possession matters. The attention's a little bit higher.
Martin twisting, turning, unable to score, but Voiles keeps it alive. Crawford, corner 3, wouldn't go. Simmons the rebound for the Rockets. Maddox Jr. goes by Curfman. That was contested by Chili Killen. Crawford Oh, great D by Simmons. Found its way out to Moss. Two Marshall players took each other out on the baseline. Sims. Moss rejected by Martin.
See good events on both ends. Neither team giving an inch, challenging what normally is an automatic deuce.
Yeah, this year in particular, you're betting on Raheem Moss to score on a driving layup try like that. He will back down Martin. Tough shot. That one goes.
Big bucket there by Toledo. Moss climbing the ladder against the taller Martin.
Curfman unable to flip it in. And if Marshall is not able to win this game, they can blame a lot of misses from inside. Moss was trailing to play. Maddox Jr. held up so he could join them. And Ranger is no good, but Cochran with those active hands able to knock that off of Cam Crawford.
Sounds like a broken record, but it's just time and time again. Just not relinquishing the possession, trying to keep basketballs alive. You see here, hits it right off the knee of Crawford. 20 on the shot clock.
From the top, swirls out for Maddox Jr. And a Chili Killen running the floor, driving to lay it in.
What a ball game this has been, coming down to the final five.
We chose the right two players to highlight. Anna Chili Killen and Cochran have both been superb. Simmons crowded out underneath. Wanted a foul, didn't get it. Tyler Cochran, 27.7 rebounds, 3 assists and 3 steals. And Anna Chili Killen, 25.6 boards and a few blocks. Curfman fouled by Cochran. That's his fourth, and Curfman will get 3 at the line.
As well as Tyler Cochran played, that's an error in that particular possession. Curfman is deep, well beyond the three-point line, and you somewhat bailed him out there, committing the foul. It's your fourth. You got to be careful. The final 4:32 now is important as you've been on both ends of the floor for your club. You know Marshall's going to try to attack you on the defensive end. We'll see how it all plays out with Curfman at the line.
So it's a full timeout for Todd Kowalczyk's young Rockets with a 9-man rotation of 4 juniors, 5 freshmen. Every game for a young team, which Marshall is as well, at least in terms of the experience of playing their current roles. Every little bit helps.
It does, and what both these teams are figuring out is there's possessions that go on, in the middle part of a ball game that, you might say, oh, that's got a really good look. Oh, maybe we forced that one a little bit, but when you get down to crunch time now, this does not mean that you tighten up. This is not that comment. My point is, for every possession down the stretch in a one-possession game, you got to make sure that you are getting a quality look, not just a look, but a quality look. And it's different than maybe a possession in the middle of a game or so. So, it's just the concentration to be ratcheted up. Everything's got to be on point. You got the right guys taking shots and spots. They're capable of making shots and, in decision making in terms of, the reads, the timing. It's got to be on point. So we'll see how it plays out here in the final 4:30 for both clubs.
Tyler Cochran stays on the floor.
He's just been that important for this ball club. Coach Kowalczyk, we've seen him do it in the first half too. A lot of guys with 2 fouls in the first half, they'll sit for the rest of the half. He'll play his guys in 2. He trusts them. And right now he trusts Tyler Cochran in the final 4:30 to stay out of foul trouble. We'll see how Marshall chooses to attack and see if they go right at him.
Kamdyn Curfman is 69% free throw shooter. Transferred from VMI, where in the 2021-22 season he made 117 threes. That was second most nationally. Rattles in the second. 7 points and 9 assists for Curfman. It's 2 out of 3. Oh, that's off of Dante Maddox Jr. Toledo's 10th turnover of the night, and the Thundering Herd will have a chance to take the lead.
Didn't see what happened there. He just lost his footing, curling off the bottom of the, coming out from the bottom of the baseline there. And Chili killing.
Over Wilson, no. Cochran swoops in for the board. Cochran, the pull-up. Everything is going his way.
That's been that kind of night for him. I know he didn't have his legs on that jump shot. Didn't go straight up and down, guys floating forward, but he got the kind roll.
Immediate timeout of the next stoppage. Chance for both teams to get their breath back. That's Kevon Voyles, hasn't made a three since the opening minutes. Maddox Jr. across the paint and puts it in. And a Chili killing, low block, handoff for Voyles. That's the tempo in which they have been at their best tonight.
This is possession, execution for both clubs here down the stretch.
Rockets will not mind going deep into the shot clock here. Simmons, the help came from Anachili Killen, and they left Cochran alone underneath. Give him 31 points. And then a charge on Kevon Voyles.
Good job, Dante Maddox, getting to the baseline, staying square.
What a night for Tyler Cochran. The Rockets trying to hang on for their third consecutive win.
Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports.
Oh my gosh.
I know. How is this stuff so good?
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Only serious about flavor.
BK also backed by popular demand. Your melty wishes are our command. With the new Schwimmin' Swiss, it'll warm your hands and brighten your day. At BK, have it your way.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or just in time for the holidays, get $4,000 purchase cash on select 2023 Sierra models. Plus, current eligible GMC owners get an additional $2,500 purchase allowance. We are professional grade. GMC.
Live.
Time for the final stretch of what's been a thoroughly entertaining basketball game. Toledo with a 5-point lead on Marshall, 81-76. Toledo will have the ball out of the timeout after Dante Maddox Jr. dug in and took a charge from Kevon Voyles.
Yeah, now team foul situation. Toledo has 5 team fouls. Marshall at 4. Toledo 2 timeouts left. Marshall only has 1 arrow, favors the Rockets. Down to the final 2:46. A full court pressure here by Marshall.
What are you looking for here offensively if you're Toledo?
Obviously play through Tyler Cochran right now and just make good decisions. Don't force shots. get things going towards the rim. Javen Simmons right there. Nice job inside. Good footwork in traffic.
Freshman's got 15. They've made their last 4 shots. Have to get something on this possession. Chilling Killen tried to spin away from Cochran. Now they're getting an easy look at the bucket or force Cochran to foul out.
Over Marsh, that's what you wanted. Isolation, Anakili Chillin. Size advantage. Cochran 4 fouls, isolated the post, but they were lost of hand. I don't know if Cochran got a piece of that or not.
That's loose and picked up by Cochran. 2-on-1. Cochran, Maddox Jr. open. Yes!
Good on selfish play by Tyler Cochran. Could have challenged Anakili Chillin at the rim. Said, I'm going to give my teammate, our best 3-point shooter. We'll give him a look. Drilled it.
A foul on the floor. Toledo had 1 to give before putting Marshall on the free throw line.
Us doing Toledo women's games, high school games, you're used to that. Fouls, key fouls reset, and 5 in a quarter, you shoot double vote. Not in the men's game.
Yeah, that's new in the OHSAA this year for both boys and girls high school basketball. The 5 fouls in a quarter, double bonus, no more 1-on-1. I think it's something that either you or I are too keen on. Well, just 4 of 12 from 3 in the second half. Curfman letting it fly. Martin pulls it down. Curfman will try again over the outstretched hand of Javen Simmons, and he buries it.
Well, Marshall exactly who they were looking for on that offensive rebound. Find Curfman. Play through him. Came through in the clutch.
That ended a 7-0 Rocket run. They've knocked down their last 5 shots. They'll take this down under a minute. Cochran for 3. Off of whom will go to the Thundering Herd.
Toledo going to lock in defensively here, have great communication.
Curfman will try the step back from the corner. Got it. Dan D'Antoni calls timeout.
We saw the switch with Javen Simmons. Able to create just enough of space. That's a difficult shot though, falling away in the corner. Over the outstretched arm of Simmons. Curfman, give him credit. That's his 4th triple of the evening. Back-to-back ball games for Curfman, dialing it up from the big line.
Starting to shoot his way out of that early season slump. He was in the 20s before the trip to Athens on Saturday. With 4 of 8 is 4 of 10 from 3 tonight.
Interesting here in the timeout what Coach D'Antoni does. Obviously, you want to get a steal. You want to try to get a quick trap, see if you can't turn Toledo over. But if you can't, and you're down 2 possessions, 45 seconds left, you foul. Then it puts Toledo on the line just to lengthen this game as much as possible. Actually, you would not. You only have 14 fouls. So you're going to have to foul 2 more times before Toledo shoots free throws. So you expect them to foul, after, if they can't get a trap, expect them to foul again, and then put them on the line. Because you got to lengthen this game out being down 2 possessions. For Toledo, you're talking about your press break, talking about screening, cutting hard, coming to the basketball, and talking about your looks. And tell them the situation. They're going to come at you. They're going to come at you hard. Got to be strong with the basketball. No more timeouts for Marshall. Toledo with 2.
On Cochran on the inbounds pass. And now the foul comes. So that's 5 Marshall team fouls. The second on Voiles. Andre Lawrenson back in for Simmons. That's interesting. Javen Simmons is one of the guys that you would want on the free throw line if it comes to that, 84% for the year. junior fouled right away. Another one on Voiles. So next one puts Toledo at the line. And worth noting, the Thundering Herd out of timeouts. And Voiles with 3 in a row, sending Cochran to the line, and Simmons will come back in. A career high for Tyler Cochran, 31 points. Previous career high was 28 against Buffalo back on January 14th, 2022. That was when he was a Ball State Cardinal.
He would love nothing more to celebrate that feat with a victory. These 2 free throws are, the 1-and-1 here is critical for Coach for Tyler Cochran.
Cochran 3 for 3 at the line this evening. Get another.
Marshall does not have any timeouts left, so they have to kind of call their shot here on the fly in terms of what they want to run. Now, they practice these situations routinely.
Got them both. Cochran with 33 points. Curfman got caught up in the air. Here's Anachili Killen. She's 3 for 3 from downtown this evening. Curfman goes by Moss. If you're Toledo, you'll live with that. Oh, but that's what you can't do. Throw away the inbounds pass. Curfman open. Hits the 3 in the corner.
Hit the backboard. It hit the backboard, trying to make a long distance baseball pass. And Curfman, dead-eye late in this ball game. See here on the lay-in. Now watch. Cochran doesn't clear the backboard and hit the side of the backboard. Changes everything now. One possession game. Toledo, if you get the ball inbounded, they're gonna foul. And even if you make both, you're gonna give them a chance to tie. If you make one, a chance to win, coming back the other way. Woo! On a made basket like that, this is for anybody home watching, you are allowed to run the baseline, and that's something that will be pointed out, that he just couldn't clear the side of the backboard there, and he had a guy deep. He's going to make the right decision. There's going to be a layup on the back end, but tough break for Toledo, but now you got to put it in the rear view mirror and execute here going forward.
Given everything else that we've seen tonight, the way this is finishing up makes perfect sense. Cameron Crawford
runs.
Fouls Raheem Moss.
Partial foul is number 5, Cam Crawford, his first personal. Lead base.
Moss has had a really good game. Rather quietly, overshadowed by Tyler Cochran's 33 points. Moss 16 and 12 plus 4 assists. Raheem Moss is 5 of 6 at the line tonight. Toledo is a team 11 of 13.
Little gamesmanship right now. Actually Killen and Connor. Late switch underneath.
Missed it. So Marshall will have a chance to walk it off. They are out of timeouts. Here's Cam Crawford down to 8 seconds. Curfman's had the hot hand. Curfman, Crawford, lets it go!